Our objective for today's meeting is to discuss the correction of errors. Maraming nahihirapan dito, pero subukan nating padaliin. Okay, when we say errors, these are what? These are one, misapplication of accounting policies, no? Ano pa? Material misstatements. Ano pa? Oversight or misinterpretation of facts, including fraud. Fraud is also called intentional errors. Okay. There are two types of errors based on the date of occurrence. We have the current period errors and the prior period errors. When we say current period errors, these are the errors that occurred in the current period. Okay. Kailan na-discover? Whether in the current period or after the current period but before the issuance of financial statements. How to correct? Correcting entry lang po yan. While for the prior period errors, these are the errors, as the name implies, that occurred in the previous periods or prior periods. Kailan na-discover? Whether in the current period or after the current period, but before the issuance of FS. Paano itatama? Gagamit tayo ng tinatawag na retrospective restatement. Ano ang retrospective restatement? Nire-restate nito yung mga comparative amounts for the prior periods presented in which the error occurred. Ano pa? Nire-restate nito yung mga opening balances ng ating assets, liabilities, and equities when for the earliest prior period presented. Okay? Then let's go to the types of errors based on nature. Ito na. One, yung balance sheet errors. Pag balance sheet errors, ibig sabihin, ang tinatamaan lang niyan, the real accounts or the permanent accounts. We have your assets, liabilities, and equities. Ano pa? Income statement errors. Ano ang tinatamaan yan? Income statement accounts or the nominal accounts or the temporary accounts. We have the revenues and expenses. Paano itatama yan? Reclassification entry lang yan. Then we have the mixed errors or the combined errors. Ibig sabihin, ang tinatamaan nito, real accounts and, this should be and, real accounts and nominal accounts. Okay? Kombinasyon na. Ang mixed errors, dalawa. Ano yun? Counterbalancing errors tsaka non-counterbalancing errors. Pag sinabi natin counterbalancing errors, if uncorrected, it will automatically correct or offset in the next accounting period. Kahit pabayaan mo lang. Hindi na correct, tatama yan. Okay? Counterbalancing errors, if uncorrected, will automatically correct or offset in the next accounting period. And these are the examples of counterbalancing errors. Kailangan alam mo yan by heart. Kasi mamaya tuturuan kita kung paano. Kung hindi yan counterbalancing errors, ibig sabihin, ano yan? Non-counterbalancing ka agad. Okay? Examples nito, sales, purchases, inventories, the prepayments, deferrals, and earned items. And we have the accrued income and accrued expenses. Again, sales, purchases, inventories, prepayments, deferrals, or unearned items, and the accrued income and the accrued expenses. Then we have the non-counterbalancing errors. Ano naman ito? If uncorrected, it will not automatically correct or offset in the next accounting period. Again, non-counterbalancing errors. These are the errors if uncorrected will not automatically correct or offset in the next accounting period. Examples of non-counterbalancing errors, we have the misstatement in depreciation. Ano pa? An account should be capitalized, however, it was expense. Ano pa? An account is to be expense, however, kinapitalized. And this also includes the non-recording of proceeds from the sale of non-current assets. Okay, proceed na tayo sa highlights. Ano ito? Ito na. Ano ang common na tinatanong sa correction of errors? kung ano ang effect, di ba, sa net income, sa retained earnings and working capital. Paano natin madedetermine yun? Gagamit tayo dito ng mga simple rules para mapabilis. No? Pasisimplihin natin yan na dapat hindi ka mahihirapan. Na dapat pagtingin mo pa lang okay ka na. Ganun yan. How to determine now the effect of errors in the net income, in the retained earnings, and in the working capital. Number one, we must have the mastery of the relationship of accounts. We must have the mastery of the relationship of the accounts. Example, assets are directly proportional with the net income, meaning if the asset is overstated, the net income is also overstated. On the other hand, if the assets are understated, the net income are also understated. Okay? Liabilities, on the other hand, is indirectly proportional with net income. Ibig sabihin, if the liabilities are overstated, the net income is understated. While if the liabilities are understated, the net income are overstated. Okay? Ganun na rin dito. Okay? Revenues are directly proportional with net income. Expenses indirectly proportional with net income. Net income is directly proportional with retained earnings. And retained earnings are directly proportional with the working capital. The working capital are your current assets and current liabilities. Again, assets are directly proportional with net income. Liabilities are indirectly proportional with net income. Revenues are directly proportional with net income. Expenses are indirectly proportional with net income. Net income are directly proportional with retained earnings, and retained earnings are directly proportional with the working capital. In the working capital, these are your current assets and current liabilities. Okay? Next, pag nagsasolve tayo ng problem, okay, ang focus natin nasa mga balance sheet accounts. Okay? We must look at the point of view of the balance sheet accounts. Siyempre, if balance sheet accounts are affected by errors. Tatlo lang naman ang errors, di ba? Balance sheet, income statement, mix. Yung balance sheet, nandun si balance sheet. Sa mix, nandun si balance sheet. Katanging wala. Katangi-tanging wala ang balance sheet account dun sa mga income statement accounts. Siyempre, pag income statement accounts, dun ka magpo-focus sa income statement accounts. Okay? Basta here, dun sa una, balance sheet errors, tsaka dun sa mix errors, ang focus natin, dun ka titingin sa mga balance sheet accounts. Ano ang naging epekto sa balance sheet accounts. Then, pasisimplihin natin. Okay, para hindi ka mahirapan sa pagsusolve. Gagamit lang tayo ng basic accounting equation, T-account method, that the debit should always equal to credits. Ito na yung T-account natin. Nasa left side si asset, nasa credit side mo si liabilities, equity, tsaka net income. Hiniwalay ko si net income. The net income is your revenues minus expenses. And the rest of the items, okay, under equity, nandito. Okay? So, at all times, dapat equal yan. Debit should always equal to credits. Again, left side, asset, credit side, liabilities, equity, and net income. Okay. Number 4. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Kung hindi yan, counterbalancing errors, ibig sabihin non-counterbalancing yan. Basta ganun lang mindset mo. Ang tanong mo lang, is this a counterbalancing error? Kung hindi, non-counterbalancing. So, ibig sabihin, by heart, kailangan sa ulado mo kung ano limang yun. Sales, purchases, inventories, prepayments, deferrals, and unearned items. And we have the accrued income and the accrued expenses. Okay. Let's go to the number 5 rule. O, ito na. Makikita mo yung mga column headings natin. Effects sa net income, retained earnings, at working capital. Ang counterbalancing errors, dalawang periods ang tinatamaan. However, in opposite direction. Kung ngayon, overstated, sa susunod na taon, baliktad, understated. Okay? Net income are affected, 2 periods in opposite direction. Ang counterbalancing error, pagdating sa retained earnings, isa lang na period ang affected. Anong period yon? Kung kailan nangyari yung errors. Again, counterbalancing errors, as far as retained earnings are concerned, only one period is affected. And when is that? That is at the year of the error. Okay, kung kailan nangyari. Itong working capital ko, kopyahin mo lang kung ano ginawa mo sa retained earnings, yun na yun. Mamaya, mas makikita mo yan. Pagdating naman sa non-counterbalancing errors, as far as net income is concerned, isang period lang ang affected. Ano lang? Yung year of error lang. Okay? Again, non-counterbalancing errors. As far as net income is concerned, okay? Isa lang ang apektado. Yun lang year kung kailan nangyari yung errors. Paano sir yung retained earnings? Continuous yan na mali until corrected. Working capital sir, again, kokopyahin mo lang kung ano ang ginawa mo sa retained earnings. Mas magiging malinaw yan mamaya pag nagsusolve tayo. Okay, and this will be the last rule. Sa mga succeeding na kukumputin natin, pag over, naka-positive sign. Pag under, naka-negative sign. Para hindi ka nalilito. Ang sobra kasi, okay? Ang sobra, ibig sabihin, mas, ano yan, connected dyan sa positive sign. Pag kulang, under, connected dyan sa negative sign. Basta, ha? The rule is, ang overstatement natin represented by positive figures, ang understatement natin represented by negative figures. Okay, punta tayo sa exercises. Okay. Eto, ano ang gagawin mo? Ang unang gagawin mo dyan, class, problem 1 muna. Ayan. Ang unang gagawin mo, gawa ka lang ng T-account. Yung pinapagawa ko sa'yo. Ano ba tanong kasi dito? Ang tinatanong dito, what is the effect in the net income in 2022 and net income in 2023? Okay? Step 1. Ito yan, gawa ka ng T-account. Ito na si assets mo, nasa right side mo si liabilities, equity, and net income. Ano sabi ko sa'yo? Mag-focus ka sa mga balance sheet accounts. Okay? Number 1, merchandise. Okay? In transit. To the company was lost. Ibig sabihin, to the company, ibig sabihin, buyer tayo dito. Okay? However, the term is FOB destination. Ano ba ang sabi natin nung nasa inventory tayo? Title passes upon receipt of the goods under FOB destination. Title passes upon receipt of the goods under FOB destination. On the other hand, title passes upon shipment of the goods if that is FOB shipping point. Hindi nga Sa number 1, FOB destination daw. So, title passes upon receipt of the goods. Na-receive na ba natin? Hindi pa, kasi in transit. Sino tayo? Buyer. Ibig sabihin, walang adjustment yan. Okay? Walang adjustment sa item 1. Okay? Walang adjustment sa item 1. Maliwanag kasi hindi pa sa atin ang inventory. Okay, ito, pangalawa. Accrued office salaries. Ano sabi natin? Tingin ka sa point of view ni balance sheet accounts. And accrued salaries is a payable, a liability account. Ano nangyari dyan? Di ba? The items that the accountants fail to adjust. Ibig sabihin, ano to? Accrued salaries expense, 10,000 pesos. These are omissions. Omissions. Okay. Accrued salaries expense, ibig sabihin, if omitted na i-record, ibig sabihin, understated ang obligasyon natin. Ayun yun. Madali lang to kasi babalansein mo lang debit at credit. Kung 0 ang debit mo, dapat ang credit mo 0 din. Paano mo sisiruhin yan? May negative 10,000 dito. Dito yan. Mag-positive 10,000 ka. So meaning the understatement of the liability, what is the effect in the net income? Overstatement. Pero nga, sabi ko sa iyo, kung nagmamadali tayo, balansehin mo lang yan. 0 sa debit, kailangan 0 sa credit. O yan, 0 na. Then the next question is this a counterbalancing error? The answer is yes. Diba? Ito ang counterbalancing errors mo. Sales, purchases, inventories, prepayments, deferrals, no? And unearned items, accrued income, and accrued expenses. Okay? If this is now a counterbalancing error, therefore, ano to? Ano sabi natin kanina sa rule? Ito. In a counterbalancing error, ang net income apektado ng dalawang periods. Okay? In opposite direction. Ibig sabihin, kung dito ay overstated, understated dun. Okay? Next, we have the supplies use. These are the prepaid supplies, di ba? Prepaid supplies ito. Prepaid supplies. Ano nangyari? Yun daw nagamit na supplies na 2,000 was charged to purchases. Ibig sabihin, dapat kasi mabawasan yung prepaid supplies mo pag nagamit eh. Eh, hindi nabawasan. Ibig sabihin, ano to? Ang prepaid supplies mo ay overstated. Ano ba ang prepaid supply? Asset. Ano to? Overstated. Okay? Kung overstated yan, babalansin mo lang yung T-account mo. Okay? Ano dito? Dapat 2,000 din sa kanan. Ayan yung effect sa net income. If the asset is overstated, the net income is overstated. Is this a counterbalancing error? The answer is yes, prepayments. Okay? Then, opposite direction, 2,000 here, positive, negative dito. Okay? Next, number 4, ano yan? Prepaid rent. Ha? Prepaid rent. Number 4. O, to prepaid rent, 25,000. O, di meron ka ditong prepaid rent na ilan daw, na 25,000. Then, rent expense was debited for rental payments. Okay, yun nangyari. Instead na nagbayad ka, di ba? Dapat yun prepayments mo. Anong ginawa? Nag-debit ng rent expense. Ibig sabihin, anong prepaid rent mo? Supposed to be, dapat meron kang prepaid rent. Pero nung nagbayad para sa prepaid, di ba? Ano ko ba, prepaid or postpaid? Eh di ba, pag prepaid ka, magbabayad ka muna bago ka magka-load. Ayun, nung nagbayad ka, dapat nag-debit ng prepaid rent. Nga lang, hindi. Nag-debit ng rent expense eh. So, anong prepaid rent mo? Understated. Oh, babalansin mo sa kanan. Ano effect? Negative dyan. Dapat negative sa kanan. Okay? So, hindi ka na nag-iisip dito kasi binabalansin mo na lang yung T-account. Negative dito, negative din doon. Is this a counterbalancing error? Yes. Opposite direction. Negative 25, positive 25. Okay? Number 5. Accrued interest on notes receivable. Ano yan? Accrued income yan. Kasi accrued interest on notes receivable. Diba? Accrued income yan. Okay? And accrued income is what? A receivable. Ano to? Omitted, diba? Ibig sabihin, understated ang asset mo. Understated ang receivable mo. Balansehin ng T-account. Ibig sabihin, negative 500 din doon. Understated ang assets, understated ang net income. Is this a counterbalancing error? The answer is yes. Balik ta rin. Affected ang two periods in opposite direction. So, 500 doon, positive. Number 6. Ano yan? Bank charges. Bank charges ito. Okay? Bank charges. Dapat dyan meron kang payable. These are the bank charges. Look at the point of view of the balance sheet accounts. Okay? Dapat may payable ka dyan. Omitted. Ibig sabihin, understated ang liability mo. Okay? 0 ang debit mo. Dapat 0 din ang credit side mo. So, ano ito? Positive 250. Okay? Is this a counterbalancing error? No, this is a non-counterbalancing error. Wala naman siya dyan. Okay? Then, we have number 7. Ano yan? Advance payment, no? Advance payment to customers. And the payment was credited to accounts receivable. Ibig sabihin, ano mga apektadong accounts? Mga balance sheet accounts. Okay? So, ano to? Number 7 natin, advance payment to customer. Ano nangyari? Di ba? Advance payment of a customer. Ano yan? Liability yun. Okay? Liability yun. Ano ang ginawa? Dinebit sir yung yung accounts receivable. Ano ba dapat na i-debit? Di ba dapat unearned income? Ano yan? Balance sheet error yan. Paano yun, sir? Walang effect sa net income. Bakit? Tingnan mo. Understated ang liability mo. Kasi hindi nag-debit ng unearned income. Ito, understated yan. Paano mo babalansin si T-account? Hindi tatama doon. Kasi nag-debit ka raw ng asset. Accounts receivable. Di overstated ang asset mo. Yan yung balance na T-account. Okay? Then we have number 8, dividends declared. Dividends declared. Debit what? Debit retained earnings. Credit dividends payable. Retained. Di ba sabi ko to? Itong net income na to, sabi ko kanina, this includes what? The revenues and expenses. Di ba hiniwalay ko to? Revenues and expense yan. Revenues and expense. Ayan yun. And all others nandito. Di ba? Dapat nag-debit ng retained earnings eh. Hindi. Hindi sobra ang equity mo. Okay? Sobrang equity mo. Dapat nag-credit ng ano eh. Ng accounts payable eh. Diba? Ibig sabihin, understated ang liability mo. Yan, zero. Debit retained earnings, walang retained earnings na dinebit, dapat mababawasan ang retained earnings mo, diba? Pero hindi nga nagbawas, edi sobra ang retained earnings mo, sobrang equity mo. Okay? Then, dapat nag-credit ng dividends payable eh. Hindi nag-credit ng dividends payable. Edi, kulang ang liabilities mo. Yan, zero na ang T-account mo. Okay? So, these are the non-counterbalancing mo na yan. Okay? So, ang tinatanong lang naman dito kasi, what is the net effect in the net income? No effect daw ba? Overstated, understated? Ito na yung sagot. No effect. Number 1. Number 2, overstated. Number 3, overstated. Number 4, understated. Number 5, understated. Number 6, this is overstated. Number 7, no effect. Number 8, no effect. Ganun lang. Paano yan? Sampulan natin. Next problem tayo. Paano pag ganito, sir? So, ano tinatanong dyan? What is the total effects of errors in the net income in 2022 and 2023? Okay? And what should be the tamang net income, adjusted net income? Madali ito kapag nakaganyan na. Okay? Remember, this is net income. This is 2022. Tapos tatamaan daw din si 2023. Ano rin daw ang net income doon? Diba? So this is also net income in 2023. Gawin natin. Yan, depreciation. Look at the point of view of the balance sheet accounts. Depreciation was omitted. Ibig sabihin, ang depreciation mo ay ano? Ang depreciation mo ay understated. Kung understated ang iyong depreciation, ano yung asset mo? Let's say that is an equipment. Pwede overstated ang asset mo. Balansehin man lang sa T accounts. Bilisan na natin. Paano ba mag-solve nito sa totoong buhay? Asset, ganyan. O babalansehin mo dito. Yan, tama sa net income. Balanse na. Okay? 20 dito, 20 sa kabila. 20 sa debit, 20 sa credit. An asset that is overstated, net income is also overstated. Pangalawa, okay, unearned rent income as of December 31, 6,000 was recorded as 5,000 pesos. Okay. Maling-mali, di ba? O unearned rent income. What is that? That is a liability. Recorded as 5,000. 6,000 dapat. Ibig sabihin, understated ang liability mo. By how much? 1,000. T-account, 0 sa debit, 0 din sa credit. Ito, zerohin mo lang yan. Positive 1,000 yan. Ay, meron palang 2023. Ang next question pala dito sa una. Depreciation, is this a counterbalancing errors? No, non-counterbalancing error. Kaya hindi tatawid. Okay? Ano ba sabi natin sa rule? Ito, pag non-counterbalancing error, ano tama sa net income? Tatamaan niya lang yung period affected. Yung year wherein the error occurred. Okay? So, ito yun. Then we have here, ano ba yung pangalawa natin? These are unearned items. Is this a counterbalancing? Yes. Diba, pinapasaulo ko lang naman sa iyo yung mga counterbalancing errors. Ano ang sabi natin? If that is not a counterbalancing errors, therefore, that is non-counterbalancing. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, tatama sa two periods. Positive dyan, negative dito. Then letter C, debit. entry to freight account and was posted in freight in. O ano yan? Income statement errors yan. Bakit? Dalawang income statement accounts ang apektado eh. Okay? Sabi niya, debit entry to freight out 2,000 was posted to freight in account. Okay? Freight in account is an item of cost of sales expense. Freight out account is also an expense. So wala namang problema. Okay? Kasi account title lang ang problema eh. Kasi ang sabi niya, debit entry to freight account 2,000 was posted to freight in account. Okay? Yung freight out, naging freight in. Okay? Ano bang freight in? Di ba expense din yan? Ano bang freight out? Di ba expense din yan? So, no effect ang letter C natin. Okay? Letter D. So, ito, no effect. Letter D. The amount paid for delivery expense of 1.5 was omitted in the records. Okay? Ano ka? Tingin ka lagi sa point of view na balance sheet accounts. Amount paid, edi dapat may outflow ng cash. Was omitted. Ibig sabihin, hindi na record yung cash na outflow. Anong asset mo? Di overstated ang asset mo. O, di balansehin mo lang dito. Kung 1.5 dyan, dapat 1.5 din sa credit side. Asset overstated, income overstated. Is this a counterbalancing error? No, non-counterbalancing yan. Okay? Then letter E. Cash sales was debited to accounts receivable. Balance sheet errors pareho ito. Ibig sabihin, dapat ang dinebit cash. So, ang dinebit is accounts receivable. Reclass lang kasi yan. So, walang effect. Okay? So, walang effect si letter E. Letter F, accrued interest expense. Accrued interest expense, di payable yan. Liability yan. Was overstated. Ibig sabihin, ang liability mo ay overstated. Zero ang debit mo, dapat zero din ang credit mo. Paano mo sisiruhin? Di dito, magbawas ka. So, 2,4, positive, negative 2,4. The liability that is overstated, what is the effect in the net income? This is understated. Okay? Is this a counterbalancing errors? Yes, this is a counterbalancing errors. Okay? So, opposite direction, 2,4 minus 2,4, this is positive 2,4. Okay? Then letter G, ending inventory was understated. Asset account, ending inventory understated. Okay, balansehin natin. Debit is negative 1,000. So, credit should be negative 10,000 also. Okay? Is this a counterbalancing errors? Yes. Ending inventory is a counterbalancing errors. Di ba, pinasaulo ko sa inyo kanina yan. Yan, sales, purchases, inventories, prepayments, accruals. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, effect 2 periods in opposite direction. So, this is now 10,000. Okay na. So, what is the effect of the errors on the net income in 2022 and 2023? This is 2022. This is 2023. And these are now the effects in the effect in the net income. O, magkano sagot natin dito? This is 10,100. Magkano sagot natin dito? This is 11,400. Okay, ano official answer? 10,100. 2022 net income is overstated by 10,1. Okay, and the net income in 2023 is also overstated by 11,400. Ano pa yung next na question? Next question is, what should be the revised net income? Assuming the reported net income for 2022 was 48,500 and 2023, 65,700. Okay? So, corrected net income in 2022 and 2023. What is the unadjusted net income here? In 2022, given, so this is 48,500. For 2023, given this is 65,700. Ano ang 2022? Net effect ng errors? Income is overstated. This is now the overstatement in net income. Sobra ang net income. Ano gagawin? Di bawasan. By how much? By 10,100. Para tumama ka. Ano ang sabi? In 2022, the net income is overstated. By how much? 10,100. Okay, ibig sabihin, bawasan natin. This is overstated daw by 10,100. So magkano adjusted net income natin? 38,400. In 2023, ano ang sabi? Sobra din ang net income natin. Overstated din. By how much? By 11 po. Di bawasan natin. This 65,000 is overstated by 11 po. So what is the correct net income? Answer is 54,300. Di ba? Madali lang. Ganun lang yan, class. Di mo na kailangang pag-isipan ng malalim kasi gumagamit ka ng T-account. Basic accounting lang. Okay? Tingnan natin sa pang-apat para ma-familiarize ka. Oh. Determine the overstatement, understatement in net income 2021, 2022, 2023. Tapos corrected net income daw. Okay, anong gagawin? Pag ganyan class, 3 taon, gawa ka rin ng 3 T-account. Ito, 2021, 2022, 2023. Siyempre, 2021 papunta sa 2022 kasi pag counterbalancing yan, 2 taon apektado. Okay? Ito, 2 taon apektado pag counterbalancing, pati si 2023. Ito, si 2023, wag mo na isama si 2024. Bakit? Kasi hanggang 2023 lang yung tanong. Okay? Tingnan mo, kung gaano yung kabilis. So, T-account, debits should always equal to credits. Ito tayo, these are the errors. Understatement ang supplies. Diba, prepaid supplies yan. Anong asset natin? Understated by 10,000. Balansehin mo. Di 10,000 sa kabila. Okay? Negative 10,000 dito. Di negative 10,000 dito. Equal. Debit should always be equal to credits. Diba ganun? Okay. So, is this a counterbalancing errors? The answer is yes. Okay? So, what is the effect in the next period? Opposite. Okay, this is now positive. Balik tayo dun sa concept map. Counterbalancing, net income affected in 2 periods in opposite direction. Yun, opposite direction. Next. Next. The letter A tayo. 2022, wala naman. Sa letter A. 2023, meron. So, A, ito. Ang asset mo, understated. Ano yan? Yung prepaid supplies. Understated. Ano effect sa net income? Understated din. Balance ang T-account. Negative, negative. Equal, equal. Okay, let's go to letter B. Overstatement of inventory. So, sobra asset mo. Okay? Ano net income mo? Sobra din. Balansin mo wala yung T-account. 30 dyan. 30 din doon positive. Okay? Counterbalancing, yes. The next year, different sign. Opposite direction. 30,000. Positive, negative. Letter C. Teka, baka meron pa. This is 30,000 for 2021. Letter B, ito 50,000. 2022. Ano ang asset natin? Inventory. Sabi niya overstated. Balansehin mo, 50 dito sa left side, 50 rin sa credit side. Okay, counterbalancing, yes. Opposite direction, yes. 50, negative 50 dyan. Okay. Next, omission of accrued wages expense. Teka, wala na ba? Wala na. Omission of accrued wages. Accrued wages expense yan. Kaya nagpapasweldo. Liability yan. Sa 2021, wala. 2022, meron. Okay, ano? Omission. Ibig sabihin, this is a liability. Okay? A liability. Walang ginawa. Omission daw. Dapat may liability. So, understated ang liability. Okay? So, dito, 0 ang debit, 0 din ang credit. Paano mag-0 yan? Eh, di mag-positive 7,000 ka dito. Is this a counterbalancing error? Yes. Opposite direction? Yes. 7,000 positive, negative in the next step. Next, letter D. Teka, baka meron pa. Meron. 2023, letter C. Ito, 2023, letter C. Liabilities, omitted din. Di understated ang liability mo. Kulang ang liability mo. Dapat kasi meron ito. Okay? Okay? Balansehin ang T account. So, this is positive 8,000. Counterbalancing? Yes, this is a counterbalancing. Pero wag na kasi nga hanggang 2023 lang pala tayo eh. Ang effect niyan para niyan sa 2024. Okay? Okay na sa letter C. Letter D na tayo. Overstatement of unearned income. Unearned income is a liability also. This is, sabi niya, overstated ang liability. Magkano overstatement ng liability? 2,400. Okay? 0 ang debit side, 0 din ang credit side. E di mag-minus 2,400 ka dyan. Is this the counterbalancing error? Yes, these are what? Prepayments too. Okay? Unearned items yan. Unearned income, deferrals. Diba? Counterbalancing, opposite direction. Negative 2,400, opposite direction, positive 2,400. Okay? Next, 3,000 here. 2022. Ano na nga ulit ito? Liability. Ano na nga ulit ang nangyari sa liability natin? Overstated. Okay, net income is understated. Minus 0 ang debit, 0 din ang credit. So, minus 3,000 yan. Counterbalancing, yes. Affected ang 2 years? Yes. Opposite direction? Yes. Negative 3, positive 3. Okay? Meron pa isa. Ito, 4-2. Letter D. Overstatement of unearned subscription income. Yan yan. Overstated ang liability, siruhin mo. 0 ang debits, 0 din ang credits. So, minus 4. Dito tapos ka na. Ano tanong? Effects sa net income ng 2021. Total mo to. What is the total of this? So, this is 17,600. What is the total of this? This is 17,600 also, 2022. Kasi lahat counterbalancing eh. Pero, opposite direction. Ito, 2022. What is the total of this? This is 54. Ito, 2023. Para hindi ka malito. 2021, 2022, 2022, 2023. Okay? Total. That is 54. Kasi lahat counterbalancing. In 2023, ito. 1, 2. Okay. So, effect mo lang dito. Okay. Isa-isa natin. Kasi ang sabi niya, what is the correct net income? Correct ba? Correct net income. Ibig sabihin, nagsimula to sa unadjusted balance. Okay? Pero, kunin mo muna natin yung overall effect. What is the overall effect? Ito, 2021, overstated by 7,600. 2022, ito, understated by 7,600. Ano pa? 2022, overstated by 54. Ano pa? 2023, understated by 54. Yun, understated by 54. Ano pa? Understated by 1,2. What is the total? 2021 overstated by 17,600. 2022 overstated by 36,400. 2023. This is understated by 55,200. Okay? So, yan. Ay, meron palang ano dito. What is the correct net income? Sige. The correct net income in 2022. So, gawin natin dito. 2021 pa. So, tulad ng ginawa natin kanina, we have 3 years here. Okay? Then we have the unadjusted net income here. of 320,000 of 380,000 of 430,000. Okay. Then we have adjustments. 2021 overstated by 7.6. E di bawasan mo ng 17.6. 17.6 bawas natin. Kasi yung 320 daw, sobra. Overstated by 17.6. So this is now the adjusted net income. Amounting to 302,400 for 2021. How about 2022? Overstated din ng 36 po. Pwede tanggalin mo yung overstatement ng 36,400. Okay? So, what is now the adjusted balance? 343,600. Then, for 2023, this 430 is understated daw by 55. So, dagdagan. Kulang daw. 55 pala. Okay? So, what is now the answer here? So, this is 485,200. Those are the adjusted net income. Okay? Next, let's go to the next one. Oh, ito. Madali na to. Oh, ipa-plot mo lang din eh. What is the, ang sabi niya kasi dito, class, wag ka na daw ang tama eh. How much should the company's retained earnings be retroactively adjusted January 1, 2024? Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, retained earnings. Kung January 1, 2024 yan yung December 31, 2023. O, i-recap natin. Anong sabi natin dito? Ito. Counterbalancing errors. Anong effect sa retained earnings? One period lang. One period lang. Anong period ang tatamaan? Year of error. Okay? Pag non-counterbalancing errors, continuing yan until corrected. So, ano pinag-uusapan natin dito? Net income and the retained earnings. So, dito tayo. Okay. So, net income at retained earnings ang pinag-uusapan natin. Ito rin, net income din to ng 2023. Retained earnings yan. December 31, 2023 is also the adjusted amount in January 1, 2024. Okay? Okay, gawin natin. So, game. So, 2022. Pag ganyan class, 2022, dalawa rin, saka 2023. Dalawang gawin mong T-account para hindi magsama, para hindi nakakalito. O, magsimula ako sa 2022. Anong error sa 2022? Sabi niya, ending inventory. So, inventory is what? Overstated. Ibig sabihin, sobra asset. Balansin ng T-account, edi reduction doon. 0. Hindi, 15 dito pala. 15 din dito. Okay? Asset is overstated, so the net income is overstated. The debit side has a total balance of 15. The credit side should also have a 15,000 balance. Okay? Balansin natin account? Yes. Next question, is this a counterbalancing error? Yes. Kaya by heart, kailangan sa ulado mo. Okay? Kailangan sa ulado mo itong counterbalancing errors. Inventories is counterbalancing errors. Okay, diretso tayo doon. Net income are affected 2 periods but opposite direction. Positive 15, negative 15,000. Okay? Will the 2023 be affected? The answer is no. Why? Di ba ang sabi natin dito sa rule? The retained under counterbalancing errors, the retained earnings is only affected by one period. And what is the period? That is the year of the error. Okay? So what is the year of error here? The year of error is 2022. Ibig sabihin, the retained earnings is affected in 2022, not in 2023. Okay? Next, we have the 2022 here. And the error is depreciation. Okay? Ano bang sabi natin? Look at the point of view of the balance sheet accounts. If the depreciation now is overstated, ibig sabihin, ano ang asset mo? E di, understated. So, let's say machine. Overstated ang depreciation. E di, understated ang machine mo. By how much? By 12.5. Balansehin mo lang T-account mo rito. Okay? Negative 12.5, your net income is also negative 12.5. Understated ang assets, understated ang net income. Is this a counterbalancing errors? No, this is a non-counterbalancing error. Walang effect sa net income in 2023? Wala. Hindi makaka-apekto. Okay, sabi natin dito, what is the rule? The rule is, under non-counterbalancing errors, the net income will only be affected by one period. And what is the period? The year of error. And what is the year of error? 2022. So what is the net income affected? The year of error only. So hindi yan tatawid sa kabila. Kaya walang effects yan sa net income ng 2020. Walang effects sa net income ng 2023. Is this a depreciation? Yes, this is a depreciation. Non-counterbalancing ito. Okay? So, next. So, walang effect dyan. Pero pagdating class sa retained earnings, meron. Kasi until corrected ito eh. Okay? Anong sabi sa rule? Ang sabi natin sa rule, retained earnings will always be in error until corrected. So, ibig sabihin dito, mali pa din. Ano mali? Ayan. Okay? Minus 12.5 pa rin. Okay? Again, depreciation is a non-counterbalancing error. Okay? Next. So, let's now go to 2023. Anong 2023 natin? Inventory ulit. Ano nangyari sa inventory? Understated. Ibig sabihin, ang asset mo understated. Balance the T account. O, di negative dyan. Di negative din dito. Balance na. Counterbalancing? Yes, counterbalancing error. Okay, affected ang net income. This is net income, by the way. Okay, then retained earnings na tayo dito. Not net income in 2024. Okay, again, a counterbalancing error. Retained earning, as far as retained earnings is concerned, only one is affected. And what is that? The retained earnings at the date of error, or at the year of error. When was the error committed? 2023. Is the retained earnings in 2023 also affected? Yes, because this is the year of error. So, yan yan. Minus 8,000 din. Again, the net income is directly proportional with the movement of retained earnings. Ulitin natin. 8,000, that is the effect in net income. Will the retained earnings be affected? Under counterbalancing errors, only one period is affected as far as retained earnings is concerned. What is that year? That is the year of error. Is this the year of error, 2023? The answer is yes. Okay? Next, we have another one account, 2023. This is 2023. 2023, and what is that? Ito, depreciation. Look at the point of view of the balance sheet accounts. If the depreciation is understated, what is now your asset? Let's say machinery. If the depreciation is understated, therefore the machinery is overstated. Balance the T account, 6,000 on the left side. The credit side should also be at 6,000. Okay? Is this a counterbalancing errors? No, this is a non-counterbalancing error. Will the retained earnings be affected? Yes, because this is the year of error. And under a non-counterbalancing error, okay, the error is continuing until corrected. Okay? Until corrected. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa rin nako-correct. Ibig sabihin, mali pa din. What is the mistake or the error? Yan, 6,000. 6,000 din dito. The net income is directly proportional with the retained earnings. Ulitin natin. Mabilis na lang to. What is the rule? Counterbalancing errors. Net income affected 2 periods in opposite direction. The retained earnings is affected in the year of error. Non-counterbalancing errors, the net income is affected in the year of error, and the retained earnings remains to be in error until corrected. Let's go back here. Inventory is overstated. Net income is overstated. Is this a counterbalancing? The answer is yes. So the net income in 2023 is understated. Will the retained earnings be affected? The answer is no, because under the counterbalancing errors, the retained earnings will only be affected if that is the year of error. Okay? What is the year of error? 2022. So no effect. Depreciation, 12.5, understated ang asset natin. Since the depreciation here is overstated. What is the effect on the asset? That is understated by 4. Let's say machinery. If the depreciation expense is overstated by 12.5, therefore our machinery is understated by 12.5. Okay, what is the effect? Understated ang assets. Ang net income natin, understated din. Non-counterbalancing? Yes. Will the net income be affected in 2023? No, because this is a non-counterbalancing error. How about the retained earnings? Under non-counterbalancing errors, the errors still in effect until corrected. And the net income is directly proportional with the movement of retained earnings. So this is negative 12.5 also. Here, inventory. What happened to the inventory? Understated. So understated ng assets. So understated din ang net income. Counterbalancing? Yes. Okay. Retained earnings in 2023 be affected? Yes. Because under counterbalancing errors, the retained earnings is affected. Okay? 1 year lang ang apektado. And what is that year? The year of error. Is this the year of error? Yes. That is negative 8,000. This is negative 8,000, negative 8,000. Okay? Then depreciation. What happened? Understated ang depreciation. If the depreciation is understated, what happened to your asset? That's a machinery that is overstated by 6. If asset is overstated, the net income is also overstated. Just use the T account. Balance the debits and the credits. Non-counterbalancing? Yes. Would that affect the retained earnings? Non-counterbalancing errors has effect in the retained earnings until after it was corrected. So this 6,000 remains to be an error for adjustment for the retained earnings, and that is 6,000. The net income movement is directly proportional with the movement of retained earnings, as we discussed earlier. So what is now the effect in the retained earnings? So for this one, the total is 12,500. For this one, the total is negative 2,000. So negative 2,000, negative 12,500, total is negative 4,500. Or the retained earnings is understated by 14,500. Let's go to the next problem. Okay? Ito yung official solution. No? Okay? Kung ganyan ka mag-solve, baka one miss you die dito eh. Pag nagkamali ka ng isa, mali lang. Okay? Kaya kailangan, gamitin mo yung template natin. Okay? Anong tanong dito? What is the effect in the net income, working capital, and retained earnings? Ito lang naman gagawin mo. Ito lang. Oh, lipat na natin dito para hindi na malayo. Anong sabi natin dyan? under counterbalancing errors, the net income is affected 2 periods in opposite direction. Retained earnings 1 period only in the year of error. Then working capital, kokopyahin mo lang naman. Non-counterbalancing net income is affected, but this is only at 1 period. And what is that period? The year of error. And under retained earnings, this will always be in error until after corrected. And whatever be the corrections here, the effect here, kokopyahin mo lang kapag kay working capital. But remember, working capital is current assets and current liabilities. Okay? So, ang tinatanong niya dito, 2 taon, 2023 lang ang tinatanong niya. Okay? But the errors here are 2022 and 2023. Ibig sabihin, gawa ko ng 2 tiyak. Errors connected in 2022 and 2023. Ano error natin? Let's go first with 2022. Okay? This is inventory. And what happened to the inventory? Understated by 30,000. So this is minus 30,000. Okay? Balansin mo ang T account. So what happened here? This is 30,000 negative also because the debit is negative. The credit is also negative to balance. Pero in substance, ganito, tingnan yan. Understated ang assets, understated din ang net income by 30,000. The next question is this a counterbalancing error? The answer is yes. So would this 30,000 have an effect in 2023 net income? Yes, in opposite direction. So this is now 30,000. Okay? Next question. Will the 2023 retained earnings is affected? Kasi ang tanong dito puro 2023. Kaya yan, 2023 net income, 2023 retained earnings, 2023 working capital. Ano again ang sabi natin? Under a counterbalancing errors, retained earnings is affected only 1 period. And when is that? At the year of error. When was the year of error? 2022. So the retained earnings in 2022 is affected but not in 2023. So walang adjustment dito. And working capital, kukopyahin niya lang naman eh. Kung ano nangyayari sa retained earnings. So wala yan. Okay? How about here? 2022 also. This is error on the depreciation. And what happened to the depreciation? Understated. And again, look at the point of view of the balance sheet accounts. Let's say machinery here. If the machinery has a depreciation which is understated by 6,000, so the machinery is overstated by 6,000. Okay? So balansehin si T accounts, positive ang debit, positive din ang credit. Okay? In substance, an asset that is overstated has an effect in the net income and that is also overstated by 6. Is this a counterbalancing? No. This is a non-counterbalancing. Will it have an effect in 2023 net income? The answer is no. None. Okay? Kasi nga, anong sabi natin? Non-counterbalancing errors, net income is only affected only in the year of error. How about the retained earnings? Anong sabi natin? Under non-counterbalancing errors, the error is still in effect, no? Until after it is corrected. Ibig sabihin, apektado pa rin ito itong 2023. Kopya lang doon kung anong effect sa net income doon. Ito rin yung effect, 6,000. Overstated ang retained earnings by 6,000. May effect ba sa working capital? Ingat ka. Sinasabi ko copy the retained earnings pero as long as working capital is affected. Ano ba yung working capital? Current assets and current liabilities. Eh may affected bang current assets, current liabilities dyan? Wala. Machinery yan. Okay? Non-current. Kaya walang effect sa working capital. Next, let's go to 2023. Tapos na si 2022. Let's go to 2023. Okay? So sa 2023, as far as this table is concerned, so we have inventory here. And the inventory is what? Overstated. Ibig sabihin, asset is overstated. Balanse ng T account, 27 dito, 27 din sa kabila. Okay? Then, is this the counterbalancing? Yes, a counterbalancing error. A counterbalancing error. Ito, inventory, counterbalancing error. May effect ba yan sa retained earnings ng 2023? Yes. RE is affected by a counterbalancing errors at the date the error was committed. Okay, so this is 27 also directly proportional with the movement of the net income. Will the working capital be affected? Ito, kukopyahin natin to. Pero dapat may tatama ang current asset or current liability. Meron ba? Yes, this is an inventory, a current asset. So, kukopyahin mo lang retained earnings. So, 27. Okay? Let's go to the bullets. Insurance premium, 9,000. Were paid in 2022. Covering 3 years. Okay, 9,000 yan. Kung 3 years yan, 3,000 bawat taon. However, the whole amount was charged to expense in 2022. May 2022 pa pala. Okay. And look at the balance sheet accounts. Di ba? Yun ang sabi natin sa rel kanina. And what is the connected balance sheet accounts affected? The prepaid insurance. What happened to the prepaid insurance? Dapat may maiwan pa sa kanya eh. Kasi 3,000 lang yung expense eh. Diba? Ibig sabihin, dapat meron kang prepaid insurance na 6,000 pa. Eh wala, in-expense na eh. So what happened to the prepaid insurance? Understated by 6,000. Balansin ng T accounts. So this is now positive, 6,000. Is this a counterbalancing errors? Yes. Will have an effect in the net income in 2023? Yes, in opposite direction. Okay. May effect ba sa RE? Wala. Kasi, ang year of error 2022, this is now 2023. Definitely, walang effect sa working capital. Okay, let's go to 2023. Ito. So, sa 2023, dapat may prepaid insurance. Okay, magkano dapat ang prepaid insurance ng 2023? Dapat may naiiwan pang 3,000. Kasi na-expense yung 3,000 dito sa 2022. 2023, expense din 3,000. And 9,000 lahat eh. So, dapat may maiwan pang 3,000. Okay? Nga lang. Wala na eh. Kasi in-expense siya ng 2022. Ibig sabihin, the prepaid insurance is understated by 3,000. Ganon din dito sa kabila. Credit side. So, negative 3 din yan. Balance na T account natin. Is this a counterbalancing? Yes. Counterbalancing ito. Okay? May effect sa 2023 RE natin? Yes, because the error was committed in 2023. And that is 3,000 also. Negative. Kukopyahin mo lang yun kasi the net income is directly proportional with the movement in retained earnings. Okay? Yan. Working capital. Kukopyahin mo sa retained earnings provided that there is a current asset and or current liabilities affected. Ano ba to? Prepaid insurance. Current asset. Yes. So, kopyahin mo yung negative 3. Next bullet. On December 2023, a fully depreciated machinery was sold for 8,000. Was recorded January 2024. So, meron 2023 transaction. Ano yan? Sale, di ba? Oh, dapat may cash ka dyan. Oh, look at the point of view of the asset. Okay, ganun tayo tumingin. Okay, kasi di ba, the normal is we tend to look at the point of view of the expense and revenues. Okay, mas madali pag sa asset side ka tumingin. The sale was recorded in 2024. Dapat may cash ka dyan. Fully depreciated na yan. No? Oh, di ba may pumasok dapat na cash na 8,000 but it was only recorded in 2024. If there is no cash, well, in fact, there should have been. So, the asset now is understated. By how much? By 8,000. Because the cash is understated. So, balance ng T account. So, this is 8,000. Okay, is this a counterbalancing? No, this is a non-counterbalancing error. Non-counterbalancing error. Okay? May effect ba yan dito sa retained earnings natin? Yes. Anong sabi natin? Non-counterbalancing errors will have an effect in the retained earnings until after it is corrected. So, this is 8,000 minus negative 8,000. Negative 8,000. Okay? Meron bang effect sa working capital natin? Yes. Because the affected asset is what? Cash. Diba? Current asset yun. So, kopyahin mo lang yan. 8,000. Okay? So, yun siya. So, total. Net income here. Ano ba yung tanong? 2023 lang naman. O, hindi. Meron pa yata. Third bullet. There were no other errors naman pala. Okay? So, net income in 2023. So, ito, 2023 net income. Total mo yan. Okay? Ito rin, net income 2023. Total mo din yan. Okay? Pagsamahin mo yan mamaya. So, ang kailangan natin tatlo. Net income, working capital, retained earnings ng 2023. Ito, retained earnings 2023. Okay. Ito, working capital 2023. Ito, total, retained earnings 2023. Working capital 2023. Pagsamahin mo lang. So, sa net income natin, 36 plus 16. Okay, ibig sabihin, the net income is overstated by 52,000 in 2023. How about the working capital? Hindi pagsamahin mo lang to. So, 0 plus 16. So, this is 16,000. So, the working capital is overstated also by 16. How about the retained earnings? Pagsamahin mo to. 6 tsaka 16. So, that is 22. So, the retained earnings is overstated by 22,000. Let's go now to the next problem. Okay. Compute the adjusted net income. Adjusted net income. The same procedure applies. In 2023 daw. So, this is 2023. Again, the net income here is the revenues and expenses. Okay, let's go. Lagyan na natin ng letra. A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's go to letter A. Insurance premium of 8,000 was paid and charged to insurance expense. The policy covers 1 year, May. Okay? Prepaid insurance was overlooked. So, we're talking about prepaid insurance. Magkano yan? 8,000 for 1 year. Okay? Nga lang, Mayo ito eh. So, May to December is how many months? 8 months. Ibig sabihin, 8 months lang dapat yun na expense. Ibig sabihin, ang prepaid insurance mo, may 4 months ka pa. So, 8,000 times 4 over 12. So, that is how much? That is 8,000 times 4 over 12. That is 2,667. Okay? And what is the error? The prepaid insurance is understated. Dapat kasi meron pa siyang ganitong amount na 2,667. Pero in-expense na kasi sila. Okay? So, if the asset is understated, what is the effect in the net income? Eh di, negative din. How about letter B? So, this is inventory beginning. This is an expense. Okay? This is an expense. Inventory was understated by 15,000. Remember that this net income covers the revenues and expenses, and these are income statement errors. Okay, para mas maliwanag, ilabas ko yung expense. Ayan, expense. Lagyan natin. Kasi dito lang yan, dito iikot eh. Ibig sabihin, plus minus ka dito. So, para mas makita mo, ilabas ko yung expense na nandito siya ngayon. Okay. So, the beginning inventory, which is an expense, is understated. So, understated ang expense mo. Ano effect sa net income? Pwede overstated by 50. Okay? So, dito, pero pwede mo na rin i-analyze dito. Nga lang kasi, baka hindi mo makita yung balance ng T-account eh. 0, dapat 0 din dyan. Kasi lilitaw na lang doon kapag ito hindi ko pinakita. The beginning inventory is an expense is understated. The net income is overstated. Hindi mo makita kasi sabihin yung T account mo di balance. Kaya kailangan makita mo yung isang account kasi dito siya nagdagdag bawas Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pakita natin dito. Ayan, para makita mong 0 pa rin ang T account or balance pa rin ang T account. Okay. The expense is understated, so the net income is overstated by 15. Let's go now to item C. In item C, this is an ending inventory. Asset na yan. So the asset is what? The asset is understated by 18. Okay, balansin mo yung T account. Minus 18 doon. Minus 18 din dito. Okay? How about letter D? Letter D, A, B, C, D. Tax. Oh, this is tax. Real property tax was paid in 2023. No adjusting entry. Okay, on this accrual. So this is accrued expense, di ba? Walang ni-record No accrual, no? No adjusting entry for this accrual was taken. So ibig sabihin, ang payable mo is understated by 10,000. Wala kasing accrual So dapat nag-debit ng expense ng credit ng payable And no accrual was made. Ibig sabihin, understated ang liability. Okay? So, para bumalanse, 0 doon. Edi, positive 10,000 dito. Understated ang liab, ano effect sa net income? Overstated. Let's now go to letter E. Cash advance. Ito, unearned income yan, liability yan. So, was received from customer for goods to be delivered in 2024. The advance payment was credited to sales. Look at the point of view na lang of the balance sheet accounts. And this is your unearned income. Okay? Unearned income daw. So, was received. A cash advance was received. So, ibig sabihin, nakatanggap ka ng cash. Okay? So, dapat meron kang credit na unearned income. Wala pinalitan ng sales. Ibig sabihin, walang na-recognize na liability. Ibig sabihin, understated ang liability mo. Ibig sabihin, balanse mo ng T account, alam mo positive 20 yan. Kasi 0 ang debit side mo. Okay? Pero ang substance niyan, kung mag-iisip ka pa, understated ang liability, overstated ang net income. Pero kung hindi ka na mag-iisip, binabalanse mo lang T account mo. Which is, ganun talaga. Okay? Para mabilis kang mag-compute. Okay? The net income, last bullet, the net income statement before adjustment is 275. What is the adjusted net income? Tingnan mo muna yung effects sa net income natin. Ano ba yan? So that is 24,333 overstated. Okay? So to correct the net income, you have the unadjusted amount of 275,000 given. Then we have the net income which is overstated by how much? By 24. Sobra daw yung 275 ng 24,333. Bawasan, what is the adjusted net income? So that is 250,667. And that is the answer. Okay? So, ganun lang ang correction of errors. Okay? What you need to do na hindi mo makikita sa iba't ibang references, yung T account na ginagamit natin. And we are just using the balance sheet, the T account, and we are just using the basic account. Okay, before we end, I would like to emphasize this again, no? Ito. Look at the point of view of the balance sheet accounts once balance sheet accounts are affected. Use the basic accounting equation and the T account method. Assets in the debit, liabilities, equity, and net income nasa credits. And the net income here is the revenues minus expense. And debits will always be equal to credits. Number 4, if it is not a counterbalancing error, then it is a non-counterbalancing error. Okay? And the counterbalancing errors covers the sales, purchases, inventories, prepayments, deferrals, unearned items, the accrued income, and accrued expenses. Then we have the matrix. Under counterbalancing errors, the net income is affected for 2 periods in opposite direction. The retained earning is also affected, but it is only for 1 year, and that is only at the year of error. And whatever be the adjustment here will also be the adjustment in the working capital as long as the current assets and the current liabilities are affected. Under non-counterbalancing errors, net income is affected only by 1 year, and that is on the year of error. And the retained earnings will always be in error until after corrected. And whatever be the adjustment here, that is also the adjustment in the working capital as long as the affected items involves a current asset or current liability. Then item 6, all computations made were designated at a where figures are designated at the positive values, those are overstatements. No? Overstatements are positive, understatement are negative. Para hindi nakakalito, over is associated with a positive figure, while under is associated by a negative figure. Pag-aralan mo to, because these techniques, hindi mo yan makikita sa mga references. And again, this is a self-developed technique. Okay? So this is now your correction of errors. Thank you.